Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Welcome to the Empire Financial office.
Appreciate you. You have a beautiful office here, Trent. It's pretty cool. We're in like 20th floor here.
Yeah, 20
Here,
floors up.
Downtown Orlando. Mm-hmm. All the sites.
Yeah, all the
You can
sites.
see Disney from here.
Yeah, I'm told, I don't know which direction it is, that you can actually see the fireworks go off at night.
Pretty cool.
So I'm usually not at the office that late, but it's something that you can see.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then we're going to get it all redone, so it'll be even nice. Did you see the Maitland office?
Not yet.
No, you didn't see the Maitland one?
Not yet.
Never got to see the studio?
Oh, yes, the Maitland office.
Yeah.
I was drinking back then. I went to a networking party there
Okay.
a few years ago, but that's water on the bridge.
Yeah. There you go. No, it'll be fun to bring some of that pizzazz here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on by, and I just want to chat and let's do a little Meet Dave.
Okay. Meet Dave. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So tell me a little bit about your humble beginnings.
Humble. Wow. Originally from Massachusetts, born in Worcester. Not Worcester, but Worcester.
Worcester.
But grew up in Dorchester, Mass, home of 100,000 tough guys and this boy band called NKOTB that sold 80 million albums. But that's another story.
Yeah.
We moved into Dorchester at the height of busing. At that time in 1973, Judge Garrity ordered the desegregation of all the schools. So black kids had to go to white schools and vice versa. And the town went on fire. Literally, we would go watch houses burn down on the weekends for fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this thing called white flight. All the white people were leaving Dorchester, and
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy. And it got to a point where they couldn't sell their homes, so what did they do? They burned them down.
Well, everyone else is doing it.
It was fun. Something to do on the weekends. Go watch houses burn down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some people went to bonfires, but
So true. But we grew up in this beautiful, grand Victorian home, 4,500 square feet, 13 fireplaces, 8 bedrooms, 4 baths, on almost an acre of land, which is unheard of in the city. And we had an awesome time. We really did. It was awesome. Yep. Would never trade it again.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
I always think that it's our past that doesn't say exactly where we're going to go, but it helps build who we become.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's a blue-collar neighborhood. I learned to use my fist there.
Yeah.
I became an actor.
Oh, what did you act in?
I had to learn how to navigate myself through the neighborhoods so I wouldn't get my ass kicked.
Okay.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you learn like any like special techniques?
Well, back in the 70s, there was a thing called Kung Fu and all this and all that. But no, the technique was learning how to intimidate someone else,
Yeah.
learning how to walk like the brothers, learning how to sing like the brothers,
Okay.
and learning how to fight like the Irish kids that I grew up in.
I got you.
Yeah.
And that was the time, right, when those kids were fast as lightning, right?
Fast as lightning, right?
Yeah.
Could be. It was fun though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, because you just touched on like the singing, but you were in a band.
Yeah, well, my father's a preacher, and we all started. I have a big family. We all started singing the church choir, All Saints Church Choir in Dorchester. It was a boys' choir, like the Vienna Boys Choir, and it's an institution in Dorchester. And was very proud to say that I was able to be part of that many, many years ago. Started singing when I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Soon after, everyone else in the family joined the choir as well.
Yeah.
So we actually had a professional choir master,
Okay.
a professional organist,
Nice.
and we would rehearse 3 times a week
Yeah.
and sing every Sunday. During the Lenten season, sing twice every Sunday. And plus we traveled
Yeah.
and did, I hate to say the word shows, but we sang at other churches and other events as well. It's pretty cool. Started in show business when I was just a kid. And then by the time I was 13, I got into rock and roll and became a front man in different bands. And back then, in late 70s, early 80s, Boston was the premier hotspot for rock and roll in the world. Bands
Yeah.
like Boston, The Cars, Aerosmith. Shall I continue?
Yeah, no, it's really, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Now, did any of the choir skills kind of translate into the rock and roll skills, or do you have to retrain your vocal cords a little?
Yes. It's a totally different genre, but great singers like Scott Weiland, Freddie Mercury. It goes on and on. Did start in with choral music back in their day. All the R&B artists, Donna Summer, she's from Dorchester, the Queen of Soul, Queen of Disco, I should say.
Yeah.
She started in the church. Almost every R&B artist starts in the church.
Okay.
Yep.
So it kind of builds the foundation for it.
It sure does.
Cool. So how did, so I know there's a couple of steps between rock and roll to coming down to Florida. You owned some businesses, didn't you?
Yeah, I started in business when I was 12 years old.
Okay. What was your first business?
Stealing the Sunday newspaper. Back then you could just put a quarter in, open it all up. Literally, we would take stacks of Sunday newspapers. We would go down to North Station, Boston Garden,
Okay.
sell those newspapers, and get into different sporting events.
Nice.
Boston Celtics, Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Back then, for $5, you could get a Coke and a hot dog, and we knew the guy from the security guy from the old neighborhood. He would let us in.
There you go. Very lucrative business there.
Yeah, we had a hustle, always a different hustle. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, there was many businesses that I've been involved with. After my days, my show business days, quote unquote, ended, I was signed to Epic Records back in the day. I was part of the Maury Starr entertainment group out of Boston. Maury Starr started New Edition. He started New Kids on the Block. And at one time, he was the biggest record producer in the world, most sought-after record producer in the world. And we put out our album. My band was called Homework. We were updated version of the time. And our lead-off single, Special Kind of Lady, spent 10 weeks on the Hot 100. Beautiful ballad, unfortunately, it didn't go places that we thought it would.
Yeah.
The album didn't go places where we thought it would. There's politics going on. Maurice ended up getting fired from CBS Records, and we were part of that. So that's what happens in show business.
Yeah.
So put out 2 other solo albums. Unfortunately, they didn't go anywhere either, even though great music. So I got into the gym business.
Okay.
And my first real estate deal was setting up space for my gym business. And that was a 25,000 square foot deal. It took me 6 months. And tactics that I still use today, it's called picking up the phone and calling people. I was able to secure a 25,000 square foot spot, 15-year lease, and I got a great deal, great location.
Yeah.
And in my first year of business, we did $1.6 million of sales. I was 26 years old.
That's awesome.
Made it happen. Ask me how much money I had in the deal.
How much money did you have in the deal?
0.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I leveraged my time in another chain before I started this one, and was fortunate to secure financing and a partnership, and I used someone else's money to launch the business.
Well, I think that's the best money to use.
You better believe it. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now, what inspired the going into like the gym business? Were you like, hey, I grew up around these tough guys. I know how to build tough guys. I want to help build that, or? Great
question. So the neighborhood kids, we had a gym in my next door neighbor's basement. We had a boxing ring down there. We had the speed bag.
Yeah.
And we had all the different weights, and we always used to train, because in Dorchester you have to learn how to use your fist to survive. And we're all involved with sports, because in Dorchester everybody plays baseball and hockey and football. I played 3 sports in high school, and it's mandatory that you play sports. So that led me into getting into the gym business, because I worked out all the time. But also, I was just good at talking to people, and that was part of being a front man in a band for so many years.
Okay.
And so while I was working on my solo projects, I needed cash flow, and so I stopped doing the street hustle and started doing the hustle, selling gym memberships. And the success of that allowed me to leverage that expertise into starting my first gym called Future Fitness in Cranston, Rhode Island. Cranston, Rhode Island. Well, 45 minutes from Dorchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great town.
Yeah. That sounds good. And now, did you ever, when you were in it, were you feeling like, all right, this is going to be where I'm going to be at? I'm going to like now expand into a big franchise of Future Fitnesses, or how'd that go?
I tried it. It didn't work out for us. By year 8, we were slowly going out of business.
Okay.
And that's the ultimate fate of any gym. Sooner or later, it will lose market share due to competition in the marketplace. And we had 3 other gyms open up. And I was the big fish in a small pond for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But eventually, competition and wear and tear of the gym was pushing us slowly but surely out of business. And one day, check this out, one day, this gentleman from Life Fitness treadmills, gym equipment, this kid walked in, pitching me different treadmills to purchase for the gym. And then he started telling me about this new franchise called Planet Fitness out of Dover, New Hampshire. $10 per month. Dave, this is a great location. You do excellent as a franchisee. So he left. I jumped online. Okay, $10 a month. This is crazy. I was already $19 a month and going out of business.
Yeah.
But when you're going out of business, you need to do something. You got to change like that. And so within a week, I was negotiating a deal to become a Planet Fitness. So I changed the flag like a hotel does, like a motel does, or a nightclub does. We redo it, change the colors of the place, change some equipment, and we became a Planet Fitness franchise. I was the 8th guy in America to purchase a Planet Fitness franchise. And check this out. I negotiated the deal. Guess how much my franchise fee was?
Did you get 0?
I wish I did, but close to it.
Did you get for like $100?
10 grand.
10 grand. Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that changed the gym around. We were in the red.
Yeah.
And it went to the black. And that's when I negotiated my exit.
Yeah.
So I got a check and I left.
Perfect.
Yep.
Made it profitable again, and we're out.
Out.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now, is that when you started to really get the taste for real estate, or was there a step before that?
I was already educating myself from my exit out of the gym business. So I was going to investment boot camps.
Okay.
So I took the money, and back then anyone could get a mortgage, 0 down, no docs, right?
Right.
This is 2005.
Pulse check.
Yes.
You're approved.
Yes, sign here.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I took advantage of it, leverage,
Yep.
and I bought 3 multifamilies, triple deckers.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I became Dave, the student apartment guy. So before there was pad split, there was Dave, the student apartment guy. So I rented out rooms to students from Providence College in Johnson, Wales.
Nice.
And I jumped into the real estate business as a landlord.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because everyone always jokes like, I don't want to be a landlord because I don't want to get a call to have to fix a toilet at 2 a.m.
Right.
Did you get that call?
No, more like there's rats in my house. What can you do?
I can provide a bat.
Yes.
Does that help?
Keep going down the list.
Yeah.
Or someone kicked in the door. Or this guy said this to me. Or this guy came home drunk. Or this girl's doing this to me. I mean, students, their children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to deal with their parents who believe that their son or their daughter's a complete angel. But yeah, I chose to be a landlord.
Yeah.
And so I got another franchise opportunity, and that was called Real Property Management. I became the 20th guy in America to buy a Real Property Management franchise. And that's when I moved down here to Orlando. This is 2010.
Yeah.
After I recorded another solo album.
Okay.
So I came down here to do music and to start a property management company. And I also started buying properties for like $7, $15, $25, $50,000 for single family homes back then.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's incredible, especially like when you see what Florida is now today.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. People are like, you can get what? Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. It's still relatively a good buy compared to the Northeast. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, so from property management to, from there to recording a solo album again, like now,
Yeah.
did the music ever fizzle out, or do you still try to record some from time to time?
Did you hear me sing today? Everywhere I go, I'm singing.
Yeah.
It's just part of me. It's part of my DNA. No, I still do the rock and roll thing. It's really not too important.
Yeah.
I'm still in I'm in the tribute rock and roll scene here in Florida. I have a tribute band to Stone Temple Pilots.
Cool.
Scott Weiland.
Yeah.
Love
Nice.
it. I do shows at House of Blues, bike festivals. I did a show right over there one time in front of 500 people, right outside at a music fest. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love doing it, but it's really not important in my life.
No.
No, I'm just really not motivated to do shows every weekend, so I stopped doing it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Once a quarter is fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get it out, just get your voice out there, right?
Yeah.
So people can hear it.
Showtime for me is a kitchen table in someone's house to get their home sold,
Yeah.
get the contract signed. That's showtime for me.
And I think that you hold some of the records for some of the fastest homes sold.
That's what they say. I don't know why.
We don't know why.
It's simple. I educate people on today's market. I educate them, and then they self-discover the true value of their home. And they also self-discover that the longer it sits on the market, the buyer perceives it to be what?
Less valuable.
Less
something's
valuable.
wrong with it.
Yeah, something's wrong with it. So soldfastfl.com, yes,
Yeah.
okay. So I just educate my clients, and I use, for most of my properties, because I sell a lot of probate properties, it's my niche,
Yeah.
I do a 10-day highest and best,
Okay.
and you'll see views on Zillow go up to 3,000.
Wow.
Yes,
That is good.
the analytics is just crazy, and then people come out of the woodwork to come see the home,
Yeah.
and then I bid the home up.
Perfect. Now, is that like, do you have the SEO mastered, or how do you get that level of views?
It's all about price
All about price.
and good pictures.
Good pictures.
And it's got to
yeah.
smell good and look good when people enter the property.
Yeah. Now, do you do the like candles or fresh baked cookies?
I do zero. It's called plugins if needed be.
There we go. Yeah. Now, I want to kind of go back to something we touched on earlier when you talked about one of your superpowers being picking up the phone and dialing.
Yes,
Is that your best source for finding deals?
always.
Yeah.
That and word of mouth.
Okay.
But all depends. Are we talking about listing property, or are we talking about finding investment opportunities?
Probably mix both. More like on like the listing sites. I know there's so many people that, that agents struggle to get listings. They don't
Yes.
understand why they're out doing the work they feel like, but
Right.
then nothing happens. But
And we've
yet-
gone from 7 million transactions down to 3.9 million transactions here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Most agents, like 83% of agents last year, did what? Less than 5 deals.
Yeah.
75% did 1 or less, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
So that just shows me that A, they don't have the proper tools. B, don't have the motivation. 3, don't have the necessary skills to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So yes, I do phone calls every morning. It's mandatory. I feel like a fish out of water if I'm not making calls every morning. It's just part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
And that's using Mojo, 3 lines at a time, calling on sources that have a high probability of selling.
There you go.
It's not rocket science, people. Just get on the phones and make it happen.
Yeah.
Have conversations with people, bring value, ask for the appointment, pre-qualify that appointment, send out a listing package, show up 15 minutes, dressed professionally, teeth looking good, hair looking good of whatever's left, and deliver a canned presentation that brings value and allows the seller to understand the marketplace and for them to self-realize what their property should be listed at in order to cause it to sell. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things too, like I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today actually, and the way I start to look at prospecting in the morning is paying yourself first.
Okay.
So if you block your calendar, you're like, I'm going to do my prospecting time. I'm going to make my calls, do my work.
Yes.
I have paid myself first for the day.
You have. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Yeah.
Doesn't that get a whole bunch of anxiety off of your chest? Doesn't that make you feel proud that you're filling your pipeline, you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is providing for your family?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love what you said in in your own way, in like one of your recent videos on Facebook, I really like that. And you're like, of course I prospect. I do this. I got to fill my pipeline. Or
Yes.
I'm not doing my duty.
Yes.
I'm not getting the bills in. And if I don't do this, my girlfriend will leave me.
Exactly. Any beautiful woman, they don't hang out with broke guys.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have kids, right?
I do.
Okay. You have to provide for your kids.
Yes.
Same here. Mm-hmm. You have a beautiful wife, don't you?
Of course.
I have a beautiful girlfriend. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So your duty as a dad is to provide.
Yeah.
Your duty as a husband is to provide, is to be the strength of the household, is to be the money winner. Mm-hmm. And if you're not, then you're going to lose your job.
Yep.
You don't want that.
No, and then everything gets out of whack. It's almost like this, like the universe should be in a way that my wife is better and happier when she can just focus on
The
other
children.
things. Yeah, children.
The household.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why she quit
It's in the
recently.
Bible.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right?
Yes.
Back to basics. Everything
Yes,
works out well
exactly.
that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you were kind of touching on a little bit about the gap of knowledge that some agents don't have and all that. Now, you do a bit of coaching too? Or
Coach every day. It's called jumping on our prospecting Zoom meetings.
Okay.
It's called going on StreamYard, live on Instagram and Facebook. I like to say I'm a role model. I'm not pointing fingers and saying you should do this.
Yeah.
But just emulate what I do and take action every day. And you can be successful. Whether or not you're selling Jordache jeans, which I started when I was 15 years old, cold calling Jordache jeans way back in the day.
Okay.
Or selling real estate.
Yeah.
Or selling stocks, selling bonds, selling mortgages. We all have a sphere of influence that we can call on every day. We all have different sources that need our services and have a high probability of needing our services. So we need to spend our time making those calls to those specific groups. Call, interrupt their day, talk to them as if they are a nice human being. Treat people nice, bring value to the call.
Yeah.
Ask for the appointment, get the appointment, and then pre-qualify them. Did I go over this before?
Yeah.
It's called the Mike Ferry 5-step listing process.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been trained by Mike himself.
Yeah.
Fantastic program. Mike's turning 80 years old this year, is 50 years in the business. So I believe if you want to be successful
Yeah.
in any sales business, you need to find a mentor and work with that mentor and work on yourself. I believe the number one investment that any person should make is in themselves.
Yes. It pays
Number
most
one
dividends.
is investing in yourself. Number two is investing in your business. Number three is investing in real estate. Number four is investing in stocks. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's a great, like, just simplified, like, plan. Because once you invest in yourself, now you have a better product to sell. Because really part of, like, sales is even selling yourself. Like you said, like, treat people like they're nice. Be a nice person that people want to talk to. You
Yes.
just learn that way.
Yep. May I have the pleasure to speak with Trent, please?
Yeah.
Hey, is this Trent?
It might be. Who's this?
Exactly. Pushback, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, this is. Yes, this is. Whom do I have the pleasure to speak with? See the goodness I get back now. Not on every call.
Right.
I mean, there's plenty of calls where people hang up on me, tell me to go F myself and this and that. We don't need you. What are you selling? And that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
interrupting their day. Not everybody's going to be nice to me.
Right.
It is what it is. But I only need 2 people to be nice to me every morning for me to make an appointment. That's all I need. I'm doing my job. I'm making 1 appointment every day. That's my job. And I don't go home until I get that 1 appointment.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the key thing, because there's some people like, I even like mortgage business, when I talk to some member of the team, like, yeah, I did this and I had all these conversations, like, oh, great.
And
Did you get a meeting? Did you get an appointment? You know, when's the Zoom call? Oh,
well,
I didn't schedule that. Well, you just had a lot of nice conversations. I don't think that's going to cash any checks. But, you know, when you start turning some of those conversations into asks and getting the appointments, then you turn it into something else.
so you're doing a 1-minute manager, right? So how would you coach them, or how do you motivate them to understand that the activities they're doing is going to equal 0 paycheck? How do you coach them to actually get the appointment? What do you do as a manager?
I get them into the rhythm that like you have to ask, because at the end of the day, like that is the uncomfortable thing. But if you don't ask, why? What are you even talking to the person for? You might as well have just found something else. You might as well just been on YouTube for the last hour.
Right.
So the key is, yes, it's uncomfortable, but you've already had the conversation, so you might as well end it with what you want, which is to ask. You provided the value first.
Yeah.
However that is, there's different levels to it. I feel like it's like, you know, lenders, sometimes we talk about products, sometimes we talk about a win that we had in helping somebody.
Right.
And then you translate it into like, well, does that sound like somebody that you know that I could help?
Right.
Or,
Correct.
you know, did you have a deal fall through? And maybe something I described on this call
Yes.
could have saved that deal.
Right.
Get the wheels turning and then say, hey, you know, next time you have something, let me know. I'd love to help out.
Right. That's why we do a Zoom meeting every morning. It's called the Closers Club. Any agent can jump on and listen in to great agents, producing agents like myself,
Yeah.
if I may be humble, and actually learn how we're doing it. Because a lot of agents, salespeople, I can't be like him. I can't close like him. I can't do that. BS. Yes, you can. All you have to do is have confidence to ask for the sale.
Yes.
Ask for it. And often it takes 5 times before they'll say yes. Literally, people will be, I'll tell people while I'm talking to them, yeah, go ahead and look me up. And literally, while I'm talking to them, they're looking me up.
Yeah.
So I find Google reviews and my online reputation to be such a huge part of my success in today's world. It wasn't like that 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is online with reviews. So that's the other thing too. Like I feel like, you know, there is the doing the work that you have to have an online presence. You have to be a little bit of known, liked, and trusted before and after like you talk to somebody. 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, even when it comes to like a new pizza place, your restaurant goes, oh great, I loved it. We went to, you know, Bob's Pizza right over there. It was
Right.
fantastic. Before I go to Bob's Pizza, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
What's my friend talking about? This is a 2.8 place.
Right.
This is a 2.8 stars. There's no way I'm going to Bob's Pizza. I'm going to go right back over here to my place.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm here today because why?
Because you wanted to...
I didn't buy lunch.
No.
We, quote unquote, met online.
Met online?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Through people that we know,
Yep.
that we do
Connected
business
that way.
with, that we're associated with. And you do a great job with your reels.
Oh, thank you.
And of course, I follow you.
Yeah.
In return, you follow me. So again, you're doing something right online. And it's
Yeah.
very important to have that media presence, because let's go back to leverage. We can only be somewhere only once. There's only one of us.
Right.
But through media, we can be somewhere 1,000 different places. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your message gets out there. And I think, too, like, a big thing to build up, too, is, like, a YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
Because YouTube is owned by Google.
Google.
Which is why a lot of things you start to search.
Yes.
And I was even trying to help my wife with like hip pain. Some of the top hits, stretching videos to help with that.
Yes.
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes, sir. Ask me about my YouTube channel.
How's your YouTube channel?
I'm relaunching it.
All right.
And I like to make that known today. Shall I?
Of course.
Okay. So we're launching my new YouTube channel. And again, my name is David Allen Knight, AlanKnight, David Allen Knight. But the channel will be called Do More Deals.
Do more deals.
Do More Deals.
Perfect.
Isn't that we're all, as salespeople and investors, isn't that what we're all looking for?
Yeah.
We need more deals. So the channel will be focused on educating agents and investors, salespeople, on how to find and close more deals. We're in a challenging market, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Again, we're going from 7 million transactions to 3.9
Yep.
million transactions. Refis are in the...
Yeah, they're
They're not doing too well.
They're not doing too well.
Okay.
New purchases are having a hard time. Even like free money isn't motivating as many people to buy. I mean, you see sellers, I think I saw in a recent appraisal, 67% in a given area
Right.
had concessions.
Right.
And you still don't have people that want to buy. They're getting their closing costs covered by this. They only got to bring their down payment, or maybe they even got down payment assistance. free money is not helping people buy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So you need to find other avenues to do what?
To do more deals.
To do more deals. So that's what we're educating our audience
Yeah.
to do more deals, so they can provide for their family, for themselves, but more importantly for their clients.
Yes.
And there's plenty of business out there. You just need to flip over rock after rock after rock after rock after rock after rock to find that piece of gold nugget. It's there.
Yeah.
Most people are just afraid to go look for it.
Right. And I think it also comes back to like the whole thing you talked about when you're making cold calls, you're interrupting somebody's day.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah. But you're always interrupting. I don't have it time blocked on my calendar to be like, all right, this hour, I hope the phone rings. I want somebody to call me just to chat with me and try and
Right.
sell me something.
Right. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to bring you value.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you can make a decision whether or not you want to meet with me. And if you don't want to meet with me, well, I'll still ask you 5 times to meet with me if I feel that there's motivation.
Yeah.
But if there is no motivation, I'm not going to beat a dead horse to bring him to the water. It's called next.
Yep.
Next call.
Yeah, next call.
I got 3 lines going on at the same time all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find the next nice person to talk to who will want to do a deal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it was great chatting with you. Any last little tidbits people
Our
need to
time's
know?
over. Come on, we just got started, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, we can always do another one. and chat more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you coming over to Empire and
Appreciate
chatting.
you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. David Allen Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
And Trent with Empire.
Cool. There's a whole bunch of good sound